Hey guys, it's the Kellys. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Brian.
And today we are going to do a little bit of a different type of video, and it's something I've really wanted to do for a while. People ask us questions every day, and they seem to be the same questions over and over. So we thought it'd be fun today to do a little bit of a Q&A, whether it's questions about luggage or travel or personal lives. And we thought it would be really fun for Brian to ask me the questions. You guys loved when Brian was in a video recently when we were talking about our giveaway. So here he is, the hostess with the mostess.
I've got note cards.
I'm ready to be interviewed. Let's do it.
And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna throw them.
You have to clean it up after if you're gonna throw no card.
I don't want to make a mess because I don't want to clean it up. So we're not gonna do that.
If any other questions comes to mind when you're asking me, feel free. Go a little crazy.
Let's get wild.
Get wild.
All right. So Lauren doesn't know what the questions are, but I've organized them into different categories and you'll see them as we go. The first category is travel questions.
I do travel sometimes.
She's known for that. What are the travel plans this year?
First, I'm going to the Maldives to learn how to scuba dive, and then I'm going to Oman and Saudi Arabia. Then I am doing India and Nepal. Then I am doing Bolivia. Then I'm doing New Zealand. Then I have a wedding in Ireland.
We have a trip to Ireland.
Oh yeah, Brian's going to Ireland with me. And then I have Country 100, which is going to be Papua New Guinea, and I will be spending a little bit of time in Australia before going there.
What's the plan after 100 countries?
After 100 countries, 2025, my son will graduate high school, so I really wanted to be able to take him on whatever trips he wants for that. After 100 countries, I still want to travel. I want to maybe do group travel with some of you guys. I want to be able to travel for longer. There's so many places that I want to go that are still on my bucket list.
What country had the prettiest scenery?
Switzerland.
That was pretty quick. What country?
It's so pretty. Oh, and Antarctica, though.
What country could you spend 1 month in?
So many, but I'd probably want to do it in France. I'd really love to get immersed in the language because I've been taking French on and off since 7th grade, and I would just love to become fluent and fully immerse myself.
What travel experience is overrated?
Over the water bungalows. I think they're just stupid, and it's a lot of money for a tiny little hotel room over the water. It's like over $1,000 a night. It's ridiculous. I spent 2 weeks in French Polynesia and spent the same amount of money on 2 weeks worth of hotel rooms as somebody did for 1 night in over the water bungalow. Just saying.
For the pictures you showed me, it didn't look like you had much privacy in those either.
No. Next.
What experience is worth every penny?
I would say either an African safari or Antarctica.
How do you feel about traveling business class?
I would never pay to do it. If I won a contest and got to fly business class, lie down seat, cool. Or if I was upgraded for free, cool. I travel often and pack well. And if I'm going to travel 20 times in a year, why would I spend that much money on one flight to get to lie down for 6 to 12 hours when that same price could go to this many different flights?
Thank God she likes to travel in economy. What's your favorite travel credit card?
Chase Sapphire. Whether you do the cheaper one or the more expensive one, I think it's the best way to get points.
Now on to our next category, which is personal questions.
Ooh.
How did you and Brian meet, and how long have you been in love?
Brian and I actually went to high school together, so we met officially, 2001?
Yeah.
We're old. So yeah, I think you were, in my biology class?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. And then it's Facebook came out and we added each other a zillion years ago. What was the night that you first decided to DM me? The night that I was on a blind date at a bar, and when I left to go to the bathroom, my date left. And I was mad, and I put it on Facebook, and he decided to DM me and be like, hi.
Figured it was a good time. Strike while the fire is hot, right?
We finally decided to go on a date, and then 5 months later we were engaged, and then a year and a half-ish later we got married. This is so cute.
Ow. Why don't you travel in the US?
2 reasons. One, it's extremely expensive for me to go cross country, or for me to go to another country is usually about the same price. But also, two, right now, while I'm a young whippersnapper, I would rather travel around the world while I can and save the US for when I'm older and need to be closer to home for whatever reason.
Why doesn't Brian travel with you?
Brian, why don't you travel with me?
Because you don't want me to? No. Our schedules are so different.
I love traveling with Brian and I think it's so great, but yeah, we work completely opposite schedules. I work nights and weekends. He works during the day and has weekends off. He's a teacher. I'm a hairstylist. The only times Brian can travel is during spring break or Christmas or a couple of weeks in the summer, which is when travel is ridiculously expensive. And also too, if you only have a week off, like he doesn't want to spend that whole week traveling. Like he wants to relax a little bit because my trips are not relaxing.
No,
at all.
Not.
That's why. Also too, Brian's not like, he never really traveled before I came along, that like not like I do. So he's like, I'm fine if I don't.
Yeah, I can live without it. What was your hardest trip to pack for?
Honestly, it's the trip that I'm packing for right now. I have to be covered up. I have to bring scarves for my head. I have to bring things to cover my shoulders and my knees at all times. And then things when I go into different mosques or whatever, I need to be able to cover everything, all from my wrists all the way to my ankles. So that's been really hard. And then like, how strict is it? Because I've read blog after blog after blog, and some people are like, no, seriously, cover up. And then some people are like, it's not a big deal. And you guys will see that packing video very soon. It's taken me honestly about 4 months to figure out what I want to pack for this trip.
It's true.
Yeah.
What is the scariest thing that's happened to you during travel?
When I fell through a hanging bridge in Peru. I was zip lining and I was strapped in. Here's a mountaintop, here's a mountaintop. And it was like, and then I just had to cross it. Literally one of the actual wood blocks just broke and I fell through and I was hanging like this and I had to pull myself up. But the funniest thing was that I was hosting a trip with 13 girls, and all of those girls had to cross the bridge after me, even though I fell through. The also hardest one was losing my passport, but I found that more as like challenge accepted. And there's a video on it if you ever lose your passport while you're abroad.
What is your biggest travel pet peeve?
Bachelorette party vacations and all-inclusives. I just don't like it.
This next category.
He's messing up again.
It's happening, folks! Okay, I gotta get together. This next category is called One Thing. One thing you won't travel without. Can't say Brian, because you will.
I travel without Brian all the time. Probably a portable charger.
One piece of advice for travelers.
Don't be scared. Like, just don't be scared. You go to that country. It's fine. Research.
What's your one luggage pet peeve?
X straps. Like, when it doesn't have compression, doesn't have, like, anything. It's just got, like, these straps. I hate it. Like, if somebody sends me luggage, they're like, look at this. Do you like it? And then I wait until I see a picture of it open as X straps, and I just want to throw my computer. Brian knows.
What's your one best booking tip for a trip?
But you don't always have to book round trip. You can book one way. And especially within the US, I have people ask me all the time because they want to take their kids on spring break to Florida or something. I'm like, well, book Delta on the way there and Spirit on the way back, you know? Or, oh, I can't say another one. It's just one. That's it.
We've now finished that category. Now we're...
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very long, big category. I came up with a lot of questions. This one is called This or That.
Ooh.
Airbnb or hotel?
Hotel.
Soft or hard luggage?
Hard.
2 wheels or 4 wheels?
4.
Solo or group trip?
Solo. Sorry.
Compression cubes or regular?
Regular.
Budget or bougie travel?
A little mix of both, but I'd say budget.
Hike or snorkel?
Snorkel. I wish I could hike. I suck at it. I'm like, I can't do it.
We're not hiker
I want to do
types.
Everest Base Camp so bad, but like I would probably die.
We would. Now we're on to the luggage lightning round questions.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Favorite type of personal item?
Backpack.
Why?
Because it's even distribution on your body.
What luggage do you want to review?
Soul Guard.
Why?
Because I think it's absolutely ridiculous and I just want to show people how ridiculous it is. But I'd have to pay for it because they won't send me one and I don't want to pay for it. It's just not the way that I would pack, and I just think that the hanging thing is ridiculous and that you could fit so much more if you pack the way that I pack. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
What luggage do you own that you would never use?
Anything heavy. So I think the heaviest one that I have attempted to pack with is anything fully aluminum. The level 8 aluminum one, it's very, very heavy. And once I've packed it, I can't even lift it over my head. And I'm a very strong person.
I was going to ask you why, but you kind of covered that. So.
Oh, sorry. It's a lightning round.
How do you feel about Rimowa or Tote?
This is still a lightning round?
Mm-hmm.
Rimowa is very overpriced and it gets dented a lot, so I just don't understand it when you could just buy a bag that's cheaper that doesn't scratch or dent. And Tote, we went to the Tote store and I was like, let me see, let me give it a chance. And they were just all so heavy. They were all like 10 pounds. So I don't know.
Now we're going to move on to YouTube questions.
Ooh.
Why did you start a YouTube channel?
Because Brian made me. No, literally, it was during the pandemic and I was really missing travel because I've traveled like every other month for about 9 years. And I was watching a bunch of Kara and Nate's stuff, and then Brian started to watch and he's like, we could do this. I'm like, I don't want to do this. He's like, no, seriously, we could do this. We could like vlog our honeymoon, right? And I was like, fine, we'll vlog the honeymoon, and if I like it, we'll do it. We saw like literally 5,000 elephants. One came like this close to us. The whole idea of the channel first was Brian and I being normal, everyday people with a house and a kid and full-time jobs, showing that you can travel a lot even though you're normal people. Because every YouTube channel out there with travelers, they're like digital nomads and they've quit their job and that's all they do. We still have jobs.
We learned I can't fly a drone. That was my big takeaway from our early start.
Brian can't fly a drone. Yeah.
R.I.P. drone.
R.I.P. drone.
This is a question we see a lot in the comments, and I just wanted to bring it up to you here. I really want you to review a specific bag that I really, really like. Why haven't you reviewed it yet?
Oh, okay. So, I mean, honestly, if I could review every single bag and backpack and travel accessory out there, I would, but the company actually needs to send me the bag for me to be able to do it. And I always get those and agree to do an honest review, but not every company says yes. In fact, most of them ghost me. If you guys have sent a comment asking me to review a bag, I have reached out to the company. We have emailed them. We have DM'd them. We have done everything. But if they don't write back, then there's not really a way to review it unless I pay for it to review it. And I don't have a ton of disposable income to just go buy $400 bags to review because I spend it all on travel.
True.
Seriously.
What is the future of It's the Kellys?
Well, this year I'm going to start to show my trips a little bit more, kind of how we started in the beginning that nobody ever watched it, to see how you guys like that. Now that you know me a little bit better and you have a ton of questions about my travel and not just bags and packing, I really want to show some of that, even if it's vlog style. So look out for that. I'm hoping that will go really well. If you don't like it, let me know and I'll stop. I also really want to do some sort of ebook or course, and I'd really love to somehow do packing interventions with you guys over Zoom or something, somehow, like some way to help you guys pack with your personal struggles one-on-one. I would love that. But other than that, more packing videos, hopefully more luggage, and hopefully one day do group trips.
What's a video you'd love to make but you haven't yet?
There's so many, but one thing I would love to do is I actually have a couple pieces of vintage luggage, and I would love to kind of do a challenge of me traveling with vintage luggage, like heavy luggage that doesn't have compression, it doesn't have anything, and you're just like holding it. I think it'd be so fun. So many of my trips are big, long trips that are super serious, and I would totally do like a weekend trip with that. We just don't have time to add a weekend trip.
No, not right now. That was my last question. You have answered all my questions.
I'm sad. It's over.
It's done.
What's one question you want to ask me?
What food item would you travel for right now to go eat if you could do that?
What was that thing we ate in Budapest that we literally waited until the very last night, and then we were so upset? That like fried dough thing.
Langos? Was that?
Yes. Anytime I see somebody eat it, I'm like, I want that. It's literally one of the best things I've ever eaten. It was so good. We canceled our dinner reservations.
We're pretty full.
We're pretty full. Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What's one place that you're absolutely dying to travel to? I know his answers.
What is my answer? I'm drawing a blank
You
here.
really want to go to Cuba?
Oh, I could take it or leave it. I don't have to go.
What's one place that I went to, whether it was before we were dating and you only saw it on Facebook, or that I've been to recently that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous, I need to go there?
I would love to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. I think that's really cool.
That was awesome.
I would like to do that. I'd love to go to Jordan. I thought that was really neat.
We did that all in one trip.
Yeah, and then I would like to go to Istanbul, Turkey. Okay.
Well, what about what's the continents you haven't been to? Have you been to South America?
Nope.
Where do you want to go in South America?
Argentina.
And you haven't been to Asia. Where do you want to go in Asia?
Vietnam. What are 5 countries that you haven't gone to that you want to go to?
Brazil, Botswana, Namibia, Vietnam. I guess we need to go to Vietnam together.
Okay.
And Cuba.
There you go. All right. We should probably wrap this up because this is going to be really long.
I'm hungry. Should we go eat?
Let's go eat some langos. Let's go.
There's no langos in Michigan. All right, that is it, you guys. Apparently, those are all the questions that Brian could come up with. So if you have more questions, put them in the comments. That's it.
Peace.
We gotta go eat now.
Yeah.
You didn't really mess up a lot this time.
No,
Good
I
job.
was good. Only the one part.
All right, bye, guys.